Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline Cleary. I'm one of the Student Council Vice Presidents, faculty kid, tour guide, soccer player, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous to be standing here in front of hundreds of people, some who know me my entire life, and some who have never even seen me before. I'm nervous for this year that's filled with unknowns, and I'm nervous that I'm supposed to give you advice on how to deal with it. I'm a girl who tried to connect with her peers during her first student council speech by bringing up blueberries and Disney movies. So of course, I wanted to make this speech different. While coming up with ideas, I forced myself to think outside of the box, to try and say something that's never been said before, but I kept coming back to the same thought: the traditional first day of school convocation advice. To the freshmen, don't be afraid to try new things. To the sophomores, this is the time to push yourself. To the juniors, remember to have fun. And to the seniors, let's make this the best year ever. Cringing at how corny it all sounded, I tried to prove that there is something else each grade must know, something more profound or shocking. So to begin my hunt for this knowledge, I decided to take a look back at my time here. I'll start with girls' JV hockey. I have to admit, I'm a veteran. 2 years was enough for me, but in those 2 years, I went from a girl who barely knew how to skate to a girl who kind of knew how to skate, but had a bunch of new friends and hilarious memories. There was never a dull moment during those late-night practices, and there were always smiles as we wobbled our way across the ice. I didn't even know that I would play hockey until well into fall term of my freshman year, but a few friends and I took the risk, and I've never regretted it. Okay, so I did the stereotypical freshman thing. I tried something new. And some of my best friends and memories have come from it. I guess I also did the stereotypical sophomore thing. I pushed myself. By the end of winter term, I hadn't been recommended for CL Spanish 4. To say I was upset would be an understatement. I love Spanish and I want to go as far in the language as I can. Nothing I did seemed to change that recommendation until I realized I had to talk to my teacher. Now, my Spanish teacher was the opposite of intimidating, but I was still shaking as I approached her after class for feedback on how I could improve. Her response was simple: I needed to speak more. In class, I wasn't quiet, but I also didn't speak unless I was 100% sure of the answer. So, with her advice, my outlook in Spanish class changed. I spoke even if I wasn't sure I'd be perfect. I created conversation with my classmates, and I constantly asked questions. And, what a surprise, my spring term was my most successful term, and I was recommended for CL Spanish. Now, to the dreaded junior year. This may shock some of you, but I had so much fun my junior year. The year started out with a lively Harvest Fest and ended with a just as upbeat Spring Fest. Bouncing around from basketball games to swim meets and from Shrek the Musical to Acapellicans concerts, I got to fully experience Loomis. I had fun because I let myself have fun. I took time to enjoy what Loomis has to offer. Yet again, I took the stereotypical junior advice, and yet again, it made my year remarkably better. In case you can't tell, I discovered everything that sticks out to me about my time at Loomis proves those traditional pieces of advice right. I guess there is a reason why getting involved, pushing yourself, and having fun have been drilled into my head since the first day of freshman year. And finally, just like any other senior, I want to make this the best year ever. No one will do it for us. It's our responsibility, but it's a responsibility that we have been preparing for the past 3 years. We are ready. Yes, I stuck with the traditional advice, but there's a reason it's timeless, and I hope you've realized why. It works. My stories are not unique. There are hundreds more just like them here in this room. Loomis pushes you, making you try new things, but you have to buy into it. The sense of community that builds around these common purposes is what makes Loomis so special. As much as I tried to find something new that you all needed to know before going into school, proving the basics is much more useful. Remember that every single person here wants you to succeed. The hands that push you are also the hands that will catch you. So, my advice for each grade. To the freshmen, try new things. To the sophomores, push yourself. To the juniors, have fun. And to the seniors, let's make this the best year ever. Thank you. Now we have Dr. Tolbert.